What's up guys? Today we're playing some Mono Red Eldrazi Ping in Modern. So this list was inspired by another list I saw online. I wanted to try to iterate on it, trying to combine the old Mono Red Eldrazi aggro with this kind of pinger list. So for this list I added some more red cards, just some more early turn plays in order to get to our payoffs. So speaking of payoffs, let's talk about them. We have Glaring Fleshraker, which as you guys know is an insane card. If you can get at least one of these out and it survives long enough for you to cast all your 1-drops, you're probably winning the game. If you can cast 2 or 3 at the same time, then you're just smooth sailing. The other payoff for this deck is Skittering Precursor. So you guys have probably never heard of this card, but it synergizes very well with Glaring Fleshraker and your eggs here. So Precursor says whenever you sacrifice a non-token permanent, you create an Eldrazi spawn. So when you create the spawn, you trigger Glaring Fleshraker, and they just kind of go crazy with each other. You're sacking eggs, you're pinging your opponent to death. All of this just works really well together. For our land base, we have our temples, mountains, Urza Sagas. Urza Saga is really nice because it can get all of your eggs, it can get your sideboard cards, and it's an alternate win plan with your construct beatdown. I also added 3 Prismatic Vista. So since we're a Blood Moon deck, I wanted to add these so that way we can get our wastes, we can get our mountains. We have Ragavan, so I wanted to try and increase our turn 1 red count. What's also really cool about Vista is it triggers Skittering Precursor. So if you sack the land, you get to make a spawn token. We have the set of Mishra's Bauble because it also works well with Precursor. You're sacking Bauble, getting another trigger. And then I included 1 Mox Opal just as an Urza Saga target. Sometimes red can be a little awkward, so having that Mox Opal to get just in case is pretty nice. It's also a 0-drop for Glaring Fleshraker. You have your Bolts, Ragavans, so you have your Spheres, your Stars, and your Conjurer's Bauble. So you don't really see Conjurer's Bauble anywhere, but this is a free sacrifice for Skittering Precursor, and you get to draw a card. And lastly, because of the new Urza Saga changes, I wanted to include the set of Blood Moon. Because if Urza Saga gets to chapter 2 and you cast Blood Moon, it's going to stay on that chapter forever and you can make unlimited constructs. So there's actually some really nice synergy going on here. Blood Moon's also pretty good in the meta right now, and it's kind of a cheesy card, so I wanted to have a set of them. Ragavan can get that on turn 2. Just really nice synergy and cheese. For the sideboard, because of the Urza Saga changes, I wanted to try to add Alpine Moon. Alpine Moon does actually stop Urza Saga if we ever wanted to name it, or you can name whatever else you want. We have 2 Pyroclasm for board wipes, 1 Boil for island decks, Warping Whale mainly for the sorcery counter, but you can also bring this in against small creature decks. We have Disruptor Flute to name activated abilities, Vexing Bauble for free spells, Relic of Progenitus for graveyard decks, and then we have Grafdigger's Cage for graveyard decks or some combo decks. So that is your Mono Red Eldrazi Ping in Modern. Again, we're just trying to get Skittering Precursor down, Glaring Fleshraker down, cast all your artifacts, and just ping your opponent to death. But before we get into the video, I want to talk to you guys about becoming a YouTube channel member. You'll get access to a lot of cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. Also, we are a Mana Traders content creator, so if you want to save up to 25% on your first subscription, all that information is in the description below. So if you want to see more Eldrazi content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. Alright, welcome to match 1 on the draw. And this is kind of like a weird hand. We have Eldrazi Temple, we have Saga. We don't have any red sources for Ragavan except for Cavern. But we're on the draw, and we can just Cavern out Monkey. So let's try it. Well, with Undercity Sewers, I don't know if I want to waste Cavern on Monkey now. Let me draw the Bauble. Yeah, it's really tempting to do that. Especially like turn 1 Monkey. But if they just play Psychic Frog, then that's just such a waste. I'm just going to play Temple and pass. Hold up K command in case they have Frog. I think we can be a little patient. Hopefully they don't have Frog. We can always just make constructs. We have the Baubles. Alright, no turn 2 plays good. Unless they have Bowmasters. And Bowmasters can kill Ragavan too, so it's not even worth it on the draw too. We draw Blood Moon. Let's run out the Saga. A little awkward right now with no red mana. Maybe a loose keep, but everything else is like solid if we draw any payoff. They're going to probably Surveil again. They get an island, so this is going to be Bowmasters. Tainted Indulgence. So this isn't Frog, it's Reanimator. And they've been in a Traxo with Tainted Indulgence, so hopefully they just go for it here, I guess. Emperor of Bones. So we're going to let them... Oh, they didn't Atraxa there. We draw another Urza Saga. So now we have to hold up Kozilek's Command. We'll name Eldrazi with Cavern. If we knew they were on Reanimator, we would have cast Ragavan. Blood Moon would be really good to get that going. Yeah, I guess we'll just pass. They get a Meticulous Archive. Yeah, if we could slam this Blood Moon and just wreck them, they keep a card on top. We're holding up K command for... We're going to wait for them to like act, because they have to eat the Atraxa and then spend 2 mana. And they have the planes anyway. If they try to Goryos now... So we lose no matter what. They're going to try to... Well, I guess we don't, because they're going to eat the Atraxa. That's fine. They only have 1 black source, so they have to use that to adapt, and then we'll K command, and they can't adapt again. So we're going to Scry Draw, and we're going to eat that. Bottom Monkey, bottom Lightning Bolt. Draw another Bauble. So they definitely had Goryos. They were trying to do whatever, but they couldn't. We draw Fleshraker. We'll float the mana. We're gonna ping them for a bunch. Get Opal. Play Wastes. We'll cast Fleshraker first. Cast Bauble. We'll see if they want to Solitude at any point. That lands. Go again. Go again. Cast Blood Moon. Do they have the force negation for this? They have the blue and the white source, but they don't have the black source now. We also probably should have used the spawn token, so now we can't cast Ragavan. So that was a mistake, because we could put Ragavan into play now. Let's see what they're drawing. A land. Yeah, we could have sequenced better so that Ragavan's in play, but that's about it. We draw Kozilek's Command. That's pretty good. They can't hardcast Solitude. They don't have any black mana. We draw Lightning Bolt. Put Saga into play. Dash Ragavan. They can evoke Solitude. And that's what they do. Let's see what they want to hit. See if they have Ephemerate. They hit the Ragavan, and they don't have the Ephemerate. I'm surprised they don't hit the Fleshraker. Down to 13. We'll bubble again. Psychic Frog. They can't cast that. Draw another Blood Moon. And they concede. Blood Moon got them. Alright, so against Reanimator, we have the Grafdigger's Cage, we have Relic, Disruptor Flute. So we want all of this. We can take the bolts out. The bolts are good against... well, the bolts are good against Frog-ish, and the bolts are good against Emperor. So it feels bad taking those out. Especially if we bring in a lot of Graveyard Hate and they just go Frog, kill us. We'll try it though. Like, Flute just makes Goryos cost more. We'll take out some Blood Moon on the draw. Maybe like a Ragavan on the draw. Hopefully we don't get got by not having Lightning Bolts. This is an interesting hand. We don't have Eldrazi Temples, and we don't have any Graveyard Hate to start. So I think we can throw this back. Fleshraker would be like turn 3, and then we don't have any 0 drops, so let's mulligan. This is a no-lander. Hand's really good otherwise. That stinks. Mulligan. Alright, well, we're gonna have to keep this. It's a 1-lander again. Do we keep the cheese here? Put back Bauble, and kind of want to. They're gonna be fetching basics, maybe? We'll put these 2 back. I'm gonna keep the moon. I'm gonna high roll it. We could be dead before we even get to cast it, but they go Delta go. Draw another Vista. I'll just play out a Sphere. I'm gonna hold the Bauble. And what's good about them knowing about Blood Moon is that they're probably gonna keep Enforce for it. I mean, it's not very good against us. They put Mending into the yard, which is good value. And they might just have Frog here. They get a basic Swamp, and they do have Frog. That's why Blood Moons come out, just because they can play around it so easily. Bauble. We'll just sacrifice 1, get a Relic. Again, they have the Frog, so Relic they don't really care about. I'm gonna play out a Bauble too, see what they're drawing. Goryos. So we have that covered with Relic. They don't have anything in the yard yet. Draw another Relic. So we should have cracked this earlier, so that way we don't give them priority. But they didn't have anything anyway. They discard Goryos, and they draw. Alright, we're not gonna crack this yet. Oh, we draw another one, alright. Looking kind of unfortunate here. Let's crack it now. Kind of desperate. Draw the Temple. Play another Relic, and we'll pass. Definitely need to find something for this Frog. They get in for 2. They discard another Goryos. I'd like to get this Blood Moon down before they find a fetch, so they can't like Mending here, but yeah, us perking on the land was a little unfortunate. There's the Kozilek's Command. So we're actually going to stop at their upkeep. We're going to exile the Frog, and then hopefully, because they've been discarding all their Goryos, hopefully we don't get punished. They can't force this because they don't have the mana. Oh, this is really good actually. Top. So hopefully they don't have another Psychic Frog. Okay. That's fine. We have another Kozilek's Command. We're just going to do the same thing again. Exile, scry, draw. No, they've been in a Traxa. That's not good. Disruptor Flute. A little late. I'll bottom both of these. I hope they don't have the 3rd Goryos. Oh, okay, they don't. Phew, that could have been bad. We'll Relic them. We haven't drawn a land, which is unfortunate. Do we think they have the Force Negation? They still have the... Just going to go for it. Tapping out a Blood Moon, they could just... They float a white. Is this for Tear? Fracture. Tainted Indulgence. Alright, well they're going to have all their basics except for white. Man, we cannot. Play Skittering. Play out Bauble. Crack Bauble. They're drawing an Atraxa. We'll just pass. They're probably going to fetch it away anyway. Probably get a... Oh, they get a Surveil Land. Not a basic. Solitude to the yard. Draw Urza's Saga. That would have been nice 20 turns ago. They find another land. And we can't crack this because they could always do something in response, so getting this other Relic down is going to be nice. Oh, we draw the Cage too, that's nice. We'll play Cage. So without Frog, they're pretty dead in the water. As long as they don't like do anything tricky. Let's dash Ragavan. I feel like they have a Solitude though, right? They wouldn't bin that if they didn't. They're probably going to like Solitude this, block this, or vice versa. It's not the biggest deal. Or they just take it. They can attack? They do attack. So we could like block Chump and they don't gain life. But I'm fine with this for now, I think. Another Tainted Indulgence. We just need like some Fleshrakers and stuff. This goes to 2. Draw Vista, crack Vista, which triggers Skittering. Get a Mountain, dash Ragavan again. Can also play Crack Sphere, attack with everything. Ragavan connects, and we hit Atraxa. Oh, that'd be hilarious if we had enough treasures. Play another Relic. We'll just target them with both Relics. We have the Gravedigger's Cage already, so we should be set. We can make a Construct, play Conjurer's Bauble, and then we'll just plan on making some constructs. Opponent took a little bit to read this one. It's pretty uncommon. Unless they have Ephemerate. Oh, another Indulgence. Discard a land, and they draw 2 more cards. They've drawn a lot of cards. They have 5 mana, 6 mana. They can almost hardcast something. We definitely have to kill them before that happens. They do get in, and they just concede. I guess maybe they missed the token or the construct, but we were probably going to block sack, make a construct, and then get in for lethal. All right, match 2 on the draw again, and we're going to keep this hand. We don't have any red sources, but we have spheres for Ragavan. Unfortunately, is this energy? Ooh, Ragavan of their own. Maybe we can draw a bolt for that. Most likely energy. Probably a tough matchup, I'd say. Go Temple. So they are going to get to connect, which sucks. But we'll have red mana for next turn. All right, they get in. They hit a Ragavan. Okay. It's probably the best thing they could have hit. Voice. Oh my god, a third Ragavan. We'll cycle. Another star. Play Waste. So, like, are we killing Ragavan? I feel like we have to. I'm not doing anything. This is still going to be hitting for 3. Hopefully they don't have Goblin Bombardment. Play this out. Play another star. And pass. Kind of an awkward hand. The fact that we've seen 3 Ragavan in our top, like, 10 cards is kind of annoying. And this is also going to be a pretty difficult match because they have so much removal for our things. All right, they mobilize. Get him for 3. Oh, nothing. Okay. So they have a very reactive hand, it seems. Kozilek's Command. It sucks because we want to get Precursor out before we start cycling, but I think we have to, like, find lands or something, some action. All right, well, we'll play this out. It's going to get murdered. You could have just run out the spheres, but then you also want Fleshraker out for that. This is definitely going to get Galvanic blasted, though. Or discharged. There you go. But we'd rather them use it on this than Fleshraker. But missing on lands, 2 turns, seeing additional cards, they attack, get them for 3, and just pass. So their hand's like lands and reactive spells. Ah, man. I guess we just cycle here. It sucks playing these out before Fleshraker. Alright, we find a waste. Cast Ragavan. We'll cast Sphere too. I think we have to at this point. We're kind of behind. Hopefully they just kill Ragavan. Yeah. Their hand's just all discharges. Another land. Oh, they're cracking it immediately for Surveil land. And they keep it on top. Get him for 3. And they just pass again. Bubble. So I think we're going to play out Fleshraker here. Hopefully they don't have a 3rd discharge. Cast Conjurer's Bauble. Doesn't look like they do. They're just reading Bauble. Could play out Ragavan here. Cycle. Play out Saga. Cast Ragavan. I'll just pass. Hopefully K-Command comes up. They kept a card on top, so this is going to be either... Okay, Guide of Souls. But if they attack, we block here. But they still get the 2 energy. But they... Oh, they didn't attack. They could have attacked and given this flying. Interesting. We draw another Fleshraker. So now we have a lot of plays. We can K-Command this. We can cast Fleshraker and K-Command this. We could make a construct. I kind of want to let's cast Fleshraker number 2. Kind of like this. Double Fleshraker with K-Command. They didn't have removal last time. We'll K-Command, exile. We'll draw instead of making a spawn. Spawn would be 2 damage, but I think I'd rather draw for that. Done here. Maybe it was more damage. I think it was more damage, maybe. Eldrazi Temple, bottom. We draw star. We'll play it. Lots of triggers. Yeah, so each cast... Yeah, maybe we should have made the spawn. We'll sack for red. Maybe draw some more colorless. Play that. Put Kozilek's Command in there. Why not? We do draw the Bauble. Cast Bauble. Yeah, we should have made the spawn at this point, huh? And then I guess we'll play Blood Moon, because that'll make the constructs, or the Urza Sagas, really good. We'll bubble them. They have a Johnny on top. We'll attack for lethal. Damn, dude. Fleshraker's insane. Alright, so against Boros Energy, we have the Pyroclasms. We have the Warping Whales. Blood Moon comes out. This comes in. And a Relic for Flage. Anything else? Ragavan's actually really bad, too. I'd definitely rather have Relics than Ragavan. Even Flute, honestly. Yeah, let's bring in Flute, too. Flute can be for Goblin Bombardment or a Johnny. I like that. Alright, on the play for game 2, and we're going to keep this hand. We have Saga, Bolt for their turn 1 play, if they make a play. Surveil land. So we have the Bolt for their turn 2 play. They've been a land. Pyroclasm, that's pretty good. Let's go Mountain Go. So this will slow them down after we bolt them. So if they try to go super wide with maybe Guide Pride here, we'd like that. If it's a Johnny, we're probably just going to kill a Johnny. Goblin Bombardment, that's probably the worst thing we could have seen. K command, play Saga, and play out one bauble. That sucks, they have the Goblin Bombardment. Now we want the Disruptor Flute. Alright, they crack Arid Mesa. I'm assuming this is going to be a Flage. Sacred Foundry, Flage, Molten Rain. Molten Rain on Saga, it's kind of annoying. Not the worst. We could have gotten some good value from that. Play Temple, we'll pass. Plains, Pride, Ajani. I mean, we're going to bolt Ajani. If they want to flip, they could eat their cat. I don't know if they want to do that. They do, okay. Pretty awkward. I guess we're going to crack Bauble here. We need to make our land drops. And now they have an active Ajani and Goblin Bombardment. That's like the only way they can actually crush us. They ping us for 2. Crack Bauble. Draw another Sphere. Mountain. So we could Pyroclasm here. We're going to be getting hit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. God. I'm just going to Pyroclasm. Oh, they didn't sack. That's lucky for us. I'm going to play some stuff out. I know we're missing the dudes, but they're drawing a land. Okay. See what we draw with Bauble. Another star. Obviously, this deck doesn't run as smoothly if you're missing the Fleshrakers and stuff. Flage. Alright, we have K-Command for Flage, so I don't mind that. They do ping us with the Bombardment this time. There's a Saga. We'll play that one out. Let's start by cycling. Oh, we do draw the Fleshraker too. We have to eat Flage this turn though, that's what sucks. I guess we'll just, next turn we'll do some stuff. Exile, we'll Scry draw this time. For 3, 1, 2, X equals 3. So we know we're going to be playing Fleshraker next turn. Do we care about the Relic anymore? Probably not. We'll keep the Temple. They Surveil. Hopefully no Flage to the yard, just a land. So next turn we can go a little wild here with this. They play Guide of Souls. Probably going to 0 here. Yeah, they ping us for 2, make an energy. This is going to be really hard to beat, because now they can just ping Fleshraker. Oh, Disruptor Flute is really nice. So do we name Goblin Bombardment or Johnny, is the question. It's got to be a Johnny at this point. It's so hard. Like, we'll play with Fleshraker. We'll see how much they let us get away with. Cast Star. Because they could kill this now if they want. I don't know if they want to get rid of their stuff, though. So maybe they're just going to let us go. Yeah, we're just going to start casting stuff. Cast Bauble. We'll cycle here. Pyroclasm. Don't really want that right now. Bolt. Alright, we'll cast Disruptor Flute. See if they want to do anything about it. I think we have to name a Johnny. We'll Conjurer's Bauble. Draw a card. Draw the K command, which is nice. And I guess we pass. They have no cards in hand, but they can just ping Fleshraker if they want. But they definitely don't want to get rid of the Guide of Souls yet. Oh, they drew Static Prism. No, what a good top deck. That's brutal. So now they just 0, kill Fleshraker. Damn, we just had to fade something for 1 turn. They should get in and pump this. And we have to block here. I must think maybe we should be running a Needle for all our Urza Sagas. Chump here. They're down to 1 energy. We're down to 6 though. Precursor. We'll float. I don't think we can win this. Get a Bauble. Pyroclasm. Maybe they won't sack in response. They didn't. Cool. Alright, they're just not sacking. Scry, draw, make spawn. Since we have the mana open. Another Precursor. So go bottom, top, top. We'll see if they draw something good, if we can dodge something. No, come on. So they 0, they hit us to 4, and then they can hit us to 2. Not sure how we get out of this. Even with them like not sacking with Goblin Bombardment, we're still losing. We just need like Fleshrakers, but we know we're drawing a Bauble here. So play 1, play another. Target Kozilek's command. Maybe we can pull it out somehow. We'll try. There's a Saga. Try again. Drew the K command. Ah, man. It's so close. If we had Fleshraker, we'd just like win. Try. Probably the best chance we have right now. We can just like go through our entire deck. Bottom. Just hit all lands. Bottom, bottom. We did hit the Fleshraker, but that's not going to do it. Bottom everything. Draw a Relic. Sack it. Draw another Precursor. And we're dead. Yeah, Johnny Bombardment is just like really hard combo to deal with. So let's run it back on the play this time. And hopefully we hit our creatures like way earlier on the play. We have double Disruptor Flute. I'm going to keep this. We have Bolt for their turn 1 play. It's a little awkward, but I think it'll be fine. We do have double Flute for Goblin Bombardment and a Johnny if we need it. But definitely looking for creatures as always. Let's see what their turn 1 play is. Alright, we draw Conjurer's Bauble, play Cavern, on Eldrazi. I think we play out Relic. I'm going to keep their graveyard empty for Flage, and then we'll just bolt this. They're not going to be expecting the bolt, right? We would love it if they went like Goblin Bombardment though. They have 7 cards in hand. Oh, they just moved to combat. Watch like if they kept a 1-lander based off Ragavan, that'd be good. I'll cycle. K command's really good. We just want lands though. Would love a land to go off of this. Like an Eldrazi Temple would be the best. Oh, they had a second land. Another Ragavan. Most likely killing the Ragavan with Kozilek's Command. Hopefully this is just a Surveil land. Plains. Ocelot Pride. Oh man, breaking on lands this entire match has just been the worst. Alright, we just have to pass. You could Kozilek's Command main phase looking for a land. I guess probably could have done that. Because like if they dash Ragavan, that's their entire play. Kind of regret not doing that now. So we'll scry draw, kill Ragavan. Land, or star to the bottom, another Kozilek's Command. Just want lands. Tried to argue with K commands though. Another Sacred Foundry. So they're not short on lands themselves. Hopefully this is just a Flage. Oh god, it's a Johnny. Alright, they go to end step, make a cat. Temple's huge. Alright, we'll just pass. I kind of want them to kill their own cat and try to flip a Johnny. But what sucks is that if we go to K command a Johnny, they just flip it. But then we can flute it. Charmal. Alright, that happens. They're drawing very well. We are not. We will. Kozilek's Command. They just have so many things to deal with now. This is annoying. We need Pyroclasm, but then Obsidian Charmal kills us now. Honestly, at this point, I'm just going to scry draw, make spawn. I think it's like whatever at this point. We need red mana for Pyroclasm. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Yeah, we're kind of seeing the downside to this deck. Just drawing the wrong half. So what's cool about this is we can block and then sack and they don't gain life to make cats. Actually, we should have sacked a Relic there. Yeah, why didn't we sack Relic there? And they have a follow-up. Discharge on a cat. So they flip a Johnny. They do get the 0. Hit us for 4. Yeah, not looking good. Actually, yeah, I zoned out there. We should have just cast Flute on a Johnny with the flip. That's my bad. So now we just took 4 damage for it. Well, they killed a thing, so that's actually, it's not the worst, but we should have done it way sooner. That's my bad. So now they have like an extra cat token when they shouldn't. And now we're at the point where it's just like nothing we draw really matters. We'll cycle Relic. Yeah. Play Star. We're going to be getting hit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's turn 5 and we haven't drawn a land yet. That's just insane. We're a fourth of the way through our deck. They killed 1, but like still. So we have 1 turn. They also make a bunch of cats. So we would need Pyroclasm, I guess. So let's see. I mean, again, another non-land. Saga. Yeah, not going to do it. Unfortunate. Match 3 on the play. And we're going to keep this hand. We have Precursors, a Fleshraker, and some stuff to do. Let's lead off on a Vista and pass. Gonna try to hold these until we can get this going on, at least. I don't mind not even cracking this right now. There's a Saga. Arid Mesa. I wonder if this is energy again. Thundering Falls. So probably... Oh, it's Storm. Oh, God, dude. Our pre-sideboarded games against Storm is just impossible. Unless they absolutely have nothing. We have nothing in the main. Get a Mountain. Draw another Skittering. All right, we'll pass. 3 turns of just doing nothing. Let's see if we're dead. All right, we'll yield. And they're just going to kill us. We'll come back after they kill us. All right, we get comboed. We also should have played out Fleshraker last turn, but it didn't matter. All right, against Storm, we have a 0% chance to win game 1. But in game 2, we have a lot to bring in. So we have all this. Take out the moons. Probably don't need the Vexing Baubles. Need 4 more cuts. Bolt's good against Ral, so we got to keep that in. Ragavan can be solid. Probably the Conjurer's Bauble, too. It doesn't make mana, and we need the red. And we can't, like, kind of screw around a little bit. So we'll try this. All right, game 2. They also shouldn't know what we're on, so maybe it was good that we didn't play anything. On the play, this is a 1-lander. Triple Bauble. We can go turn 1 Ragavan, but no Graveyard Hate. Let's mulligan. We got a Cage, Fleshraker. Kind of sucks. I think this is like a decent 6. I feel like going to 5, I'm not sure. Put back Vista. Let's just go Wastes. I guess we'll go Waste Cage. You could like sandbag the Cage if you want, because they're not going to win on turn 1. And now that they're surveilling, they're going to look for stuff for Cage maybe. All right, we draw the Temple, which is nice. So we can go Fleshraker, Bauble. We'll crack this now. I want more cards and we can see what they're on. Oh, God, Brotherhood's End. Oh, God. All right, so they either kill the Cage or they kill the Fleshraker. Let's see what they want to do. That sucks. We do draw the Bolt in case they go Ral. Artist Talent. It sucks they're drawing the Brotherhood's End. Another Mountain. We'll pass. At least Brotherhood's End is sorcery speed, so they have to do it and then pass. Maybe we'll draw something else in the meantime. Level 2. Another Lightning Bolt. Game is not working out for us. Down to 15. Let's see if we're dead. Because now they have basically a cost reducer plus a looter. They even discard the Brotherhood's End. That's how confident they are. Unless they discarded 1 because they have another. They flood maul it. They might be playing around K command. Casting Rituals. Cast Ruby Medallion. I think the only way we could win is if they cast Ral and somehow try to rely solely on that. It can't flip it and we kill it and they do nothing else. There's a Ral. So they have to have 2 instant speed cards in their hand right now. All right, well, they have the Piff, pretty much dead anyway. We'll try and bolt it. All right, they do have a Ritual. Try one more time. All right, that worked. But they can just go, they have Resolve and Impulse and Wish and Metamorphose. Like, we still like 100% lose, but it just made it harder for them. So again, we'll come back after they killed us. Yeah, and they just have Grape Shot, so definitely a tough matchup, especially if we only draw Cage and nothing else. Match 4 on the play. And we're going to keep this hand. We have triple Fleshraker and Ragavan. So we can go Ragavan turn 1, Fleshraker turn 2, and just hopefully win out from there. Go Vista, get a Mountain, play Ragavan. They go Mountain, Flameblade Adept. Okay, so this is Hollow 1. Let's see if they want to trade here or not. If they don't, that's fine with us. Or if they do, that's fine with us. I don't really care. They could also cycle and pump this, but that would only pump the offense. All right, they do block. That's fine. This is basically like a removal spell. So we'll go Fleshraker. The only reason I wanted to connect is to make the treasure to cast Sphere to trigger that. That's okay. Next turn, hopefully they don't do anything. We don't want to see... We want Goblin Lore. That's probably what we want the best. Mountain, Goblin Lore. They've been a Hollow one, which is nice. Hopefully they don't cast a Hollow one. They also discard Mountain. All right, we'll go Urza Saga, cast Fleshraker, trigger, get a lot of triggers going, and cast Sphere. This is actually going to be hilarious. Look how fast our life total is going down. Down to 12. We're going to cycle here. Oh man, if we hit a 0, that would have been insane. Cast another Fleshraker. All right, they're down to 8, down to 7, down to 6, attack for 2, down to 4, and we'll pass. Now this is a nut draw. This is very nice. They're still playing, so... Burning Inquiry is huge for us. We literally kept the 2 things. They've been an Ox. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. We could have hit like some amazing stuff too. We've been Blood Moon, Precursor. They've been Fiery Temper, so they can kill a Fleshraker, but then they can't Ox. All right, they choose not to. So they're definitely gonna Ox here. Damn. If we just had one more 0 drop. We are gonna get to make a Construct, which will trigger this. So we still win that way. All right, they've been Fiery Temper and Vengevine. But they can't cast anything. They can cast Root Wallow, though. Put in Vengevine. So now they have 3 creatures. They can't attack with this, though, or they lose. So we just need, like, any 0 drop. Oh, now they just lose. They go to 2. They would have survived at 1 by making the Construct here. Hollow 1. Really good turn 3 for them. So they also had the nuts. Like, this is really good for them. It's not the nuts for them, but it's very good, obviously. All right, they get in. We'll take it. But they're just dead here. We draw Blood Moon. Play Wastes, make a Construct. All right, so against Hollow one, we want all of this. And Warping Whale? I don't think we need Warping Whale. We just want these. Take out Blood Moon, obviously. Probably a Bauble. And try that. All right, this is a 1-lander, and the 1 land is a Saga. So we'd go like turn 1 Saga, Star, cycle Star, kill whatever. That's mulligan. All right, this hand's better. It doesn't have any hate, which sucks, but we're still going to keep it. Put back Cavern. Would love to draw a Grafdigger's Cage or something. We're going to play Saga turn 1 just to get that sideboard hate. Oh, Omega's really good turn 1 for them. You also don't want to mulligan too heavily because if they just Burning Inquiry, then everything's gone. So now we need a bolt for this because this is going to run us over. Go Saga, Star. Yeah, like Burning Inquiry. See if it destroys us. No, not really. I mean, it's going to grow this to an insane amount. They're going to hit us for 3, down to 17, down to 13. All right, they swing in, down to 13. This is out of bolt range now. Draw the Cage, which is a little late. So I think we just have to set up, unfortunately, for like a huge construct next turn. So let's just play all the constructs out. Or I mean all the artifacts out. So Cage stops against any more Fiery Tempers, any creatures or whatever. And then eventually we'll... I guess we can't make a construct, can we? Inti. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking we were on our turn 3 and we could make a construct at the end of our turn, but never mind. All right, this is 4. Yeah, so we should have... That's my bad. We should have played Urza Saga last turn. But I don't think we're going to really live through anything anyway. All right, Rootwalla comes down because it gets around Cage. I think we just, like, lose. Do we want Pyroclasm? I don't think so. I mean, it looks pretty good here minus Mako. Also, play draw would have been nice. Down to 7. Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, because we float. Yeah, we're just dead. We have nothing. Like, we could play out Precursor, chump here, I guess. But, like, I don't know, is Pyroclasm better than, like, something else? Probably put back, like, Opal, because we're never going to get that. We're most likely going to get Hate. And try this on the play. Oof, double waste. We can go star, pass, crack this. Yeah, let's keep. We have the bolt for early removal, Ragavan too. It's a little awkward, but double waste is super awkward. So we want them to play a creature so we can bolt it, and then we want to find another red source. They get rid of Fleshraker, Bolt, Ragavan. They pitch their own Hollow One. They find another one. Oh my god. I hate Hollow One, dude. Very unfortunate. We'll cycle. We're pretty much dead from this, though. Like, they just hit the nuts here. We do find a red source. Just play Relic. Yeah, that's crazy. They've been to Hollow One and then found 2 more. I guess we did want Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble stops the Hollow Ones, so probably should have done that, actually. And they have the Phoenix. Yeah, we'll just concede. Alright, final match on the play. This is a 1-lander. Nothing really going on. We're going to mulligan. We will keep this. Put back... I'm going to put back Bauble. I want to keep these 2, and I want Star as a turn 1 play, because I want to find a 3rd land for this and kind of get that going. You could also play the Mountain, play Bauble, and get rid of Star and just like still get that redraw. But this is nice for the red source. Otawara, Aether Vial. What if this is Merfolk? Blood Moon. We'll just pass. Really banking on a 3rd land. Blood Moon's good against this if they don't find actual islands, because then they can only cast Aether Vial spells. Yeah, Glasspool Shores. Alright, I'm not going to crack this yet. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, now we have to crack it. Oh man. Just bricking. I really want to hold these. Really banking on holding these. Lands have definitely been an issue. Probably got to go up some. Maybe we're being super greedy with our land base. They put in a Merfolk. I mean, 19 lands is low. Kind of having like that burn, like land screw thing. Take a bile to 2. They get them for 1. They just pass. They have everything up. Damn, dude, we just broke on a land again. I mean, it's like, I guess at what point do we keep holding these and not use them? They're drawing a cavern. Alright, we'll just pass again. I mean, we're never going to win any games like this, just breaking on lands every game. They put in Master into that. Yeah, I'm just going to concede this one. Let's see, draw a card. Nope. Okay. Jeez, man. Like turn 7, we see our 3rd land. So yeah, 19 lands. I don't know. Maybe you want to go up to 20. Pyroclasm in... Boil's weird because they don't really have a lot of islands. Like, they have a lot of islands, but, like, not really. Flute could be good for Aether Vial and, like, Hexcatcher, but we don't really care about Hexcatcher. So Pyroclasm's in. They got a Bauble. Blood Moon's kind of awkward. I don't know if they're running Flares. Do, like, 1 Vexing Bauble. I'm gonna try that. On the play again. Alright, we're gonna keep this hand. We have lands. We have Fleshrakers. We have good sequencing plays here. Got Mountain, Ragavan. They play Mindspring Merfolk. So they're definitely going to chump here. Draw Bauble. So play Cavern. The only thing with Vexing Bauble is it stops our Mishra's Bauble. Eldrazi. Let's attack. Maybe they'll let us get in. Again, anything, we treat this like a lightning bolt. It is what it is. I'm going to just chill. We can hold this until we cast Fleshraker. We can make the thing and then do the thing. Master. So without Aether Vial, they're a lot less threatening. Draw Precursor. So we go Fleshraker. I think actually I'm going to hold these. Do they have Subtlety? Oh man, I thought they were going to Subtlety this. I'm actually going to hold these until I cast the next Fleshraker. I think we can try to double up on it. Triple Island. Okay, well now Boyle's looking amazing. Before they didn't have any islands, so it's like hit or miss. Okay, well, we have our basics, so that's good. So let's cast Fleshraker. See if they have Flare this time. No, okay. So I'll play the land, cast the 0-drop first, then we'll cast the Vexing Bauble. Ping, 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 all of them. Down to 10. So unfortunately we don't have red mana. This would have gotten a Mountain. So now we'll just pass, and then next turn we can play Skittering out and crack all this. Ping them for a bunch. Sveilun. So now they have Island Walk, so now we can't block. We gotta try to end this as fast as possible. They get in with 1. They have 4 cards in hand, but they haven't had any counters. We draw Star, which is good. Let's start with Skittering, which will trigger this. Star's going to trigger this, and then we're going to sack everything, and they're going to die this turn, more than likely. They're reading Skittering Precursor. So now we have 3 things to sack. Yeah, they're just dead this turn. Sack here. And then we make spawn, sack here, make spawn. Drawing another Sveilun. Just cast this and kill them. It's nice when the deck does the thing it's supposed to do. Alright, maybe we want Boil? 4 mana is a lot, though. Especially on the draw. Maybe like out 1 Ragavan in a Boil? I don't know. Maybe out a Blood Moon, definitely. Ragavan in. Let's take out all the Blood Moons, bring back in Bauble. I'm gonna try that. Alright, on the draw for the final game. And I think we're gonna throw this hand back. We do have Pyroclasm, but K Command's not looking very good, just with like this for 1. We don't have any creatures. Let's try. This is a 1-lander. Gotta keep, put back Ragavan. Again, going to 5 with this deck just feels so bad because you need just a lot of artifacts. Mutavault, go. So no Aether Vial is really nice and no just turn 1 play. Let's get down Saga because if they want to Flood Moon us, we can maybe keep this open. I guess you could wait till, well, we're gonna see, turn 2. You have to do it this turn because next turn, if they cast it on curve on turn 3, then we're kind of screwed. Yeah, they just do nothing. Lightning Bolt, play Temple, play Fleshraker. It'd be sweet if this resolved. They activate Mutavault. They're gonna flare it. Oh man, what was that? I think it looked like they were trying to flare it. I don't know. Did they decide against it? Well, now because they activated it, now they're gonna get punished. Kill the Mutavault. Force a negation. Oof. Okay. They're so lucky they had that force, man. Just going down on land would have been pretty rough for them. Island. I'm actually surprised they had forces in still. So we'd like it if they went Harbinger here. All right, they do nothing. We'll bubble them. Master. That's a good draw for them. We'll float. We don't draw any lands, which sucks. Oh, do they have Tidebinder? Yeah. Can't do anything about that. So we're just going to cast another Fleshraker. Oh no. So we just need lands, man. If we can draw lands, we can double spell. But we can double spell anyway. Oh my god, they had the flare too. Damn, they had flare, force, and Tishana's. Man, imagine if that landed, we would have gotten like Vexing Bauble. So now we can attack at least. We know what they're drawing Master. So we can wait. We don't have to crack this and cycle these right now. Maybe we draw something good. But that would have been insane. If that landed, we just like straight up win. So we know they have a castable card, but they're not casting it. We draw a Bauble for turn. Can't attack. Cast Bauble. Could cycle Star, maybe. Let's see if we want to do that. We'll look at our own card. It is a mountain. Let's cast Star. Cycle it. Cast Ragavan. Mountain. Conjures Bauble. We can't really even get in with this because of Mutavault, so if they tap out, we'll say, but we'll chill. And we get to draw with a Bauble. Boil. Oh, Boil's hilarious. Sphere. So let's play Sphere. And imagine if they just Tishana'd this. Cycle for red. Pyroclasm, not what we want. Cast Conjures Bauble. We should have not cycled with this red because now we're kind of priced into boiling. We're not going to. I mean, obviously we used our red already. And they're like F6. I don't know if they're going to flash something out. Let's attack with Ragavan. They do activate Mutavault, but it's past blockers. Okay. They missed that a little bit. Do hit the Master. Yeah, and they just like shame scoop, I guess. They missed the blockers thing. We were going to boil them anyway, and I think they would have scooped to that. All right, so that was Mono Red Eldrazi Ping in Modern. I think that league showed the highs and lows of the deck. The lows being we're very soft to combo. We got turn 3'd both times against Storm. And then Hollow One just had the nuts against us. Nothing you can do about that. I think where the deck really struggled is with the land base and the payoffs. So 19 lands seems okay, but we probably need to go up to at least 20, maybe 21. I don't know if it was just variance where we just missed all our land drops a lot of the games or what, but maybe going up to 20 would help with that. The reason why I did go 19 is because we have the baubles and we have all the cyclers. The issue is if we don't have our payoffs, then we're not cracking our baubles, we're not cycling, we're not casting these as often, so that makes it a little awkward. Obviously, when the deck did the thing, Glaring Fleshraker and Precursor pinged our opponents out for 1 million, and that was awesome. The sideboard also felt a little medium. There's definitely some cards you can change to improve that also. But overall, I'd say it's a pretty fun deck. Again, we were trying to mix that aggro with that ping plan. Didn't work out exactly like the way we wanted it to, but it was okay. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more modern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.